Good evening, fellow Plexers. I had a comment on my YouTube page about Filebot and getting Opensubtitles to work together. So, SavantLurking said I go through all the steps and for some reason it will not search for subtitles. I am logged in on VIP Opensubtitles account and have tried multiple files. I will search for, fetch, add other things like artwork. I'm going to stop there. It just doesn't work. So I don't remember exactly when, but Opensubtitles.org was supposed to be shut down and replaced by Opensubtitles.com, and I have an account at both. They're different accounts. So I can't reach Opensubtitles.org. I'm not running a VPN or anything. It just won't open. And I'm at Opensubtitles.com, and I guess you can connect a VIP subscription from the old org back to the .com one, but that doesn't work either. So I'm not VIP. I probably should be, but I don't really have to search for subtitles too much, and I think you used to get 200 a day for free. I can't remember. Don't quote me. Maybe it's 20 now. So this is a brand new install of Ubuntu 25.04. I've been doing a few projects under this install instead of the default Ubuntu 24.04 that I usually boot into, or Pop OS. So I don't have Filebot installed, so we'll get Filebot installed. We'll get MediaInfo installed because I need that for my custom expressions. You don't need it for the subtitle feature, and we'll see if we can connect my Opensubtitles.com free account to Filebot to pull in a subtitle. So this is really going to be a Filebot setup video also. So let's go to Filebot. I'm running Ubuntu again. I'll do a download. And here's the install file. I'll grab it. I can't open it from the Chrome browser. So let me go into... Oh, I've got some media set up on this desktop install that I'll use with Filebot. But let me open a new tab to downloads. Let me right click and open with the App Center. And we'll install it even though it's potentially unsafe. Alright, it's installed. Can't help but see what I need to update. Let me just update those while I'm here. Okay, so now, actually I need the App Center. Let me explore this and I'll search for MediaInfo. All one word. Okay, so I don't want a snap package. I want to use a Debian package if it's available. It is. If not, I would have to manually get it installed. A snap package is similar to a Flatpak. It's sandboxed. I need MediaInfo to be able to talk to Filebot, which is why I'm doing the Debian option. Okay, so that's installed. Let's get Filebot open. I don't need the tutorials. So I'm going to pause this and I'll get my... I have to find my Filebot license. I'll have to download it, get that ready to be pointed at, and I'll get my custom expressions pulled up so I can add some and you'll see what my expressions do. So Give me a minute, I'll be right back. Well, it'll be a blink of an eye to you guys. And I'm back, just like that. So, the first thing we'll do is we will get a couple expressions in. So, here's Filebot's default expressions. It creates structure. It will create a folder named Media, capital M, and then the movie expression will create a subfolder named Movies, capital M, and for the TV expression episode will create a folder named TV Shows, capital T and V, and capital S. That won't work on a NAS, so I use my own custom expressions. They rename in place. This is great organization for a basic Plex server with local media. It works great. So when I install my custom expressions, I won't see these presets unless I hold down the Shift key and then click in. So we'll click down here, Edit Preset, New Preset, and I'll do my normal movie one. I have a bunch of presets. So my two frequently used ones get labeled 1 space dash whatever and 2 space dash whatever. Okay, so this is my long expression, and I'll post these in the description of the video. And I have other Filebot videos too. Oops. Did not right click to copy. Okay, so the data source is not the movie database for a TV show. It is just the movie database. And we can just save that preset. See how that's all you see now? So let's edit. And I can never get this to scale properly under Linux. The developer of Filebot has helped me out a lot, and he told me how to get things scaled, and it just didn't work for me. So unfortunately things don't show up too well in my videos with Filebot. I wish everything was just a couple fonts larger. Right, here's my custom expression for TV series. Now I name everything from TVDB, and this fits in with a Plex server library that also has Sonar installed, because Sonar only uses TVDB to name from too. And I adjust Sonar to name in a similar way, and the Filebot developer helped me with all of this stuff, which looks to detect either English flagged or undescribed, unflagged subtitles in the media container file. And if you've only got the undescribed, this gets put in the file name. And if you have English subs that are described properly or flagged properly, this gets put in the file name. This guy's great. He's been a big help to me in a couple different ways. Alright, so we have to change the data source away from the movie database for a TV episode and to the TVDB. And we are naming after eared ordering, so this ear date is perfect. You could do this expression a second time and put by DVD order, and then change this to DVD if that's what you wanted. That's how my normal Filebot is set up. Alright, now let's see. Subtitles. Let's change this to English. This little green icon is where I can connect things. So let me pause you and I'll get my username and password in. And again, I believe it has to now be from subtitle.com and not subtitle.org. So I can't even connect to the old subtitles.org. I can connect to the subtitle.com. Be right back. Okay, so I could have pasted that in. Your daily quota is at 0 of 20 if you can read that. So you can do 20 free subtitles a day. Okay, so what are we going to do? Let me just close Filebot down. And let me go to these local files here. Let me get rid of this. So let me you create some new structure, new folder. We're going to be playing with public domain media, so I can actually show you whether the subtitles match. Let me copy this out, and let me copy just the movie out. And let's do one more. Let's copy just the movie out and not the subtitle. Let's cut all of them and put them here. Okay, so I can take the folder, right click, open, open with, choose Filebot and open, and they're all open. Now let me show you the default expression from Filebot. I'll hold down the shift key and I'll do, where is it? Organize movies for Plex. So we'll select the right movie. We'll select that movie and that movie. Okay, so you see how my nice formatting is being lost, and what's also being lost by the default expression is this addition tag of remastered. So we don't want that. So let me use my expression, and it's going to, oh sorry, let me use the default one again. I wanted to show you something. Organize movies for Plex. So the default expression wants to create this media folder, and then a subfolder called movies, and then it creates the proper movie folder with a year properly and the TMDB source ID properly, and then just a simple name for the movie. But again, we lose this addition tag, which is important to me. So I'll use my expression. My expression renames in place. In this media-public-domain folder, in the movie-library subfolder, in the movie-test library folder. It creates the movie name with the year and source ID, just like the default Filebot expression does. And then it creates everything else properly, and it keeps common addition tags. It'll pick that up in raw folders also, or raw file names. So now we need subtitles. So we'll click the little settings icon, click post preferences at the bottom. I know it's hard to see, and fetch subtitle files. Now I wish that Filebot had like a little button here, or maybe down here, just to turn the subtitle fetch feature on and off instead of going through all those steps. I don't need to have Filebot search for subtitles often, but I'd actually love like a little indicator right here that was also a button of whether the subtitle fetch was on or off. Maybe green, maybe click it turns green, click it again it turns red. That would be handy. I can't tell you how many times I've renamed something and left the subtitle fetch feature on when I had subtitles already that were matched. Okay, so we're just going to rename, and I have to select my license file, which is already downloaded. It's been activated successfully, and let me rename. Watch up here. Well, watch there. So 3 subtitles added. Okay. I may have to turn VLC down, but let's look in here. We have a subtitle. Let me just double click it. It opened off screen. So, the Filebot can't tell whether it's a hearing impaired or a forced subtitle versus a default English subtitle. So I'm just going to look through. If I saw cues in here like wind blowing, leaves rustling, loud music, soft music in either brackets or parentheses, I would know that it was a hearing impaired subtitle, and I could just rename it like this. And Plex would now know what it was. Same with a forced subtitle. If a subtitle was very, very tiny, you could name it forced because you'd know it was for the foreign audio only. But this is just a default subtitle, so we'll leave it alone.
Too bad.
And I find this is about 70 to 80% successful.
I can't carry a few bundles without complaining.
Oh, I don't want carrying them.
A cheap trick, you are a half.
So that's a swing and a miss here. That's not a matched subtitle. Let's try Royal Wedding.
Hey, what a pleasant surprise.
How are you?
Fine.
Hi, John. Hello, Tom. I thought this was as good a place as any to see the parade.
Oh, we have a sensation of you. Oh, before I forget.
Well, that's another swing and a miss. That's strike two. All right, let's try The Hitchhiker.
All right, Collins, come on in. Fun's over.
Well, we struck out, folks. But these are old movies, and generally I'm not missing too many subtitles. Generally I find them. So I'm not happy with any of this, and I want a success. Well, let me get rid of these. And I only have so many public domain videos to try. Let's try the remainder of what I've got. Okay, so let's try these. Let's put them in this structure. Let's open that up with Filebot. And let's double check. See, I forgot. Did I leave this on? I left it on. See? I can be dangerous. I'll use my expression. I just like to double check. Blue Steel, Lady Frankenstein, and the Brain That Wouldn't Die. It grabbed 2 out of 3 subtitles. Let's turn that feature off. Of course, I probably won't be doing my normal workflow in this distro. Alright, so Lady Frankenstein had nothing. Blue Steel and the Brain That Wouldn't Die had a subtitle. Let's see what we come up with.
Well, it won't be our fault if we don't, eh, Jake? You figure, son. What do you expect of him, eh?
Well, this public domain version of this movie has burned in subtitles that aren't English. Is that German? I don't know. And these subtitles don't match. So, man, I'm really not doing too well. And I did not know this version of the movie had hard-coded foreign language subtitles. But it's just public domain examples that I can show.
Even more terrible than you.
No, my deformed friend.
Hey, we have a match. I like to check subtitles beginning, middle, and end.
Like all quantity.
It was I who helped graft together the bits and pieces that were stolen from the hospital.
So, seriously, usually when I'm missing subtitles, this feature in Filebot seems to work 70 or 80% of the time, which is a time saver having to go look for subtitles manually. So, back to SavantLurking on my YouTube channel. By chance, do you have a password from subtitles.org and not subtitles.com? You have to create a new user account at subtitles.com. Give that a try. Hopefully it'll work out. If not, comment back and let me know. Thanks for watching, and it seems like too many of my support videos for Plex turn out to be a Filebot tutorials in one way or another. Happy Plexing.